Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone. Can you listen to my voice?
Yes, sir.
All
Waalaikumsalam,
right.
good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning. All right. So as usual, this session will be recorded for future reference in case you need to watch it again and to know what are the things that we have discussed for today, and also for audit purpose. Okay. And besides that, it is also recorded for those who couldn't join us today because of technical problems, perhaps. Okay. Right, so welcome back to UHL2422 English for Technical Communication, section 16G. I hope all of you are in a very good health. Currently, I am not really well because of a heavy flu, but I'll try my very best to make sure that I can deliver the best knowledge to all of you for today, especially on preparing for your first assessment 1A, which is on infographic. Okay, so the class today is not going to be very long because I'm going to share about three platforms. Okay, there are three platforms that I'm going to share with all of you on how to prepare your infographic for assessment 1A, which is the infographic itself. Okay, right. Before we start about infographic and what are the platforms that you can use to create your infographic for the product description, I would like to ask all of you regarding your presentation outline. Do you have any problem with presentation outline?
No, sir.
So you are doing well. Okay. Class, do you have any? Do you encounter any problems like say the parts that you are going to present is like too simple? You couldn't find any uniqueness regarding the part or the main parts that you are presenting.
No, sir.
Okay, great. Right. Okay, because some of you texted me, okay, some of you texted me and asked me regarding the sources of description, okay, and how it is relevant to the main parts that they are presenting, okay. For your information again, when you're going to describe about each of the main part or the sub part in the product or for the product, you're going to use the sources of description to further elaborate about the product, okay, or the main part or the sub part. Like for example, if you're going to talk about the handle of the product, okay, so you can use the dimension, okay, for example, and then you can also use the material used to produce that particular part. Okay, if it is PVC, why? If it is in stainless steel, for example, why it is in the stainless steel? Being produced using stainless steel. Maybe because if it is stainless steel, then it can withstand the weather outside the house, for example. Okay, and then when it comes to the uniqueness for each of the main part or the sub parts, you can highlight why it is important. Okay, for example, you are describing about the USB cable. It might be very simple, okay, a USB cable, but without USB cable, you cannot switch on the product, okay, or you cannot. The USB cable is being used to deliver the electricity from the wall plug, okay, from the wall socket to the product itself. So without USB cable, it doesn't work. So that is how you can highlight the uniqueness of the product that you are, or the main part or the sub part that you are highlighting. Okay, right. So now I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, we are now in week 5. Okay, we are now in week 5. So for this week, we are going to look at preparing infographic, okay, whereby you are going to prepare your infographic for assessment 1A, okay. It is going to be submitted next week in the second meeting. And then for infographic itself, I'm going to share with you three platforms, okay. There are three platforms that you can use to design, to draft, and to create your own infographic, okay. I mean the group work or a pair work, okay. So if you're asking me, sir, if we are planning to use other than the three platform that you have shared with us, then my answer will be no problem. Okay. So if the one of the platform that you are going to use is not listed as what I'm going to share today, there's no problem. That you can proceed with it. Okay, right? Don't worry about that. Right. And then in the second meeting, we are not going to have a class. Instead, I would like you in your group or with your partner for a pair. Okay, you need to focus on finalizing, designing the infographic. But again, okay, I will be available online. I mean, in WhatsApp. All right. So if you need my feedback or my comment regarding your infographic, then you can do so by sharing it with me personally. Okay. I mean, you can text me personally. So can you please give me some feedback regarding the infographic that we have prepared, for example, then I will give my comment or my feedback. Okay. So for the second meeting, there will be no class. Please make use of the time that you have to finalize your infographic. Okay. But before you finalize your infographic, what we are going to do is actually all of you, okay, each group and each pair, you are required to draft your infographic. Okay, a one-page Microsoft Word will do, whereby you're going to put all of the information that you are going to put in the real infographic. Okay, you just put it there, the draft version, right? Because remember, last week I told you that I need to upload the draft into Turnitin, and then I will generate the similarity index report. Okay, I will generate the similarity index report, and then from there, okay, we will see how many of you managed to get 10% and below for the similarity index. Okay, for the similarity report. If it is 10% and below, then you can proceed on finalizing your infographic. If you get more than 10%, okay, then I will ask that particular group or pair to redo the draft. Okay, for the draft, you don't have to include any pictures or any images or illustrations. Okay, it is merely about the information that you are going to put in the actual infographic. And remember, okay, last week I have mentioned to you that you need to paraphrase, you need to summarize, or you need to synthesize the information taken from other sources, especially from the internet resources. Okay, so I have shared with you 3 videos last week on how to do paraphrasing, summarizing, synthesizing. Okay, and then please make sure when you get the information from other sources, when you're going to put it in your infographic, okay, or the draft itself, right, you paraphrase or summarize or synthesize it, because if not, then it is going to be considered as a plagiarized work. Okay, right. So again, and the last thing, for each group, you are given the maximum of 450 words for the draft and the infographic. For a pair, you have a maximum of 300 words you can put in the draft or the infographic itself. Okay, so please be very careful about that. Okay, because I hope that none of you will get more than 10% for the similarity index report. Okay, do you have any questions so far, class? Do you have any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay, I hope that you are on the right track. Okay, and then you know what you are supposed to do for infographic. Okay, for the first assessment or assessment 1A to be precise. Okay, right. So let's have a look at the 3 platforms that I'm going to share with all of you. Okay, so the 3 platforms are Canva.com, Pictochart, okay, and also Visma, right? Right. So let's have a look at the first one, which is Canva. Okay. So if you don't have an account yet with Canva, okay, one of your friends yesterday in my class yesterday, she told me that if you are using your UMP email account, okay, the one given to you by UMP, so you can access more features in Canva.com. Okay, you can access more features in Canva.com. All right. So meaning that the one that I'm sharing with you now, all the 3 platforms, okay, they are using the free version account, okay. So meaning that there will be some limitations. If you want to use certain templates, if you want to use certain images, okay, in Canva or Pictochart or Visma using the free account, okay, it is going to be very limited in the sense that some of it you have to pay, okay. But again, this is a very good platform. even if you're using the free account, okay, for example, Canva, you can still access many templates. You can still access many resources that you can use when you're going to design for your infographic. Okay. Again, for Canva.com, please use your UMP email account given to you by UMP. Okay, UMP at ump.edu.my. Your ID number at ump.edu.my. Okay, right. So let's say that you have some sign up for the account. Okay, you have created your account and then you need to log in. Okay, so in Canva, right, in picture chart and Whisper, it is the same. Okay, all of the features that you are going to use in order for you to customize or to create your infographic, okay, all of the features will be on the left hand side of the screen. If you're facing your laptop, on the left hand side of your screen, then you will get access to all of the features that you're going to use when you're going to design or develop your infographic. Okay, so over here, I'm going to look at some of the templates for infographic. So what I need to do is that you go to the top of the page in Canva, and then I'm going to type infographic. But since that I have key in the word or keyword infographic before this, so it appears like this. Okay, I just need to click infographic, and it will bring me to these templates. Okay, so you have a lot of templates. If you click on the search features again, you can see that there are many types of infographic that Canva.com offered to you. Okay, or Canva.com offers to you. So you can have a wide selection of what kind of infographic that you are going to look for. But for 2422, for English for Technical Communication, for the assessment, I'm just looking at infographic, the plain infographic as we can. Okay, all right. So we have here the wide selections of infographic template. So if you notice, for example, the process over here, okay, the one that I'm sharing with you now, right? If you can see that at the bottom template, okay, on the right hand side of it, you can see that it is stated that the template is free. So when it comes to the word free, it means that you can use it and you can edit it and you can download it as you want. Okay, no problem. Okay, on the left hand side, past CEOs, for example, here, it is stated that, okay, it is RM paid. So you can use the template, you can edit the template, but if you want to download it, okay, if you want to download it, you have to pay. Okay, so you have to be very careful when selecting for the template. I'm afraid because if you're going to do like many things, okay, if you have done many editing part to the template, somehow you didn't check properly, and somehow that the template that you are using is actually a paid version. So you have to pay at the end of it to download the infographic. Okay, so please double check about each of the template whether it is a free version like this one or a paid version. Okay, so right. So in this context, for this class, I'm going to share with you on how to create your own infographic template without referring to any of the templates given here. So you can click plus button here, create a blank infographic, and it will bring you to the Canva studio. So this is the studio, right? As I have mentioned to you on the left hand side of the screen now, if you're looking at the screen, there are all of the features that you're going to use to edit the infographic or to create your infographic. Okay, we have templates, we have uploads, okay, we have photos, elements, text, audio, videos, background, and the others. Okay, right. So we have that kind of features offered by Canva that you can use to edit or to create your infographic. Okay, this is a bit small. I want to make it bigger. You go to the right bottom side of the page. You can see that the percentage here. You can click, and then you can make it maybe like 50%. So it is now bigger than the previous view. Okay, so let's say you have the images in your laptop, okay, and then you want to use the images from the laptop. Okay, so what you are supposed to do, you can click uploads. Okay, for example, here I have uploaded my image here. Okay, you can just click it, all right, and it will appear on the template. Or okay, or what you can do is that you can click and drag the image and put it on the tablet. Okay, so this is how you can upload your own photos, okay, that you already have in your laptop or your desktop, and then you're going to put it in the tablet. Okay, so let's say if I decided that I don't want to use this image, so what am I supposed to do? Okay, just click on the image, okay, make sure that it is highlighted in blue, then I click the trash bin, delete. Okay, right. So if I'm going to use the photos, okay, or the image, right, or the images from the canva.com itself, so what am I supposed to do? I just click on photos, okay, and then you have the search features over here. Okay, so I have yesterday I have searched for the word lawnmower, so I'm going to click on lawnmower. Okay, and then you can see that there are many pictures of lawnmower over here. But if you notice, some of it, okay, it is tagged with the crown or the pro version. So it means that if you wanted to use this image, you have to pay for it. Okay, and then look for the free images or photos only. As an example over here, we have the first photo. It is stated that it is free, so you can just click on it, and it will appear on the template. Okay, right. So I have decided to use this photo for my infographic. So I need to put in some text. So I just go to the left hand side of the screen again, click on text, okay, and then it will bring you to these kind of selections. So there are many words selection that you can, or text selection that you can choose in order for you to create your infographic. So let's say I choose this. Again, the same thing. Some of the template or some of the tags, okay, are paid version. Some of it are in a free version. So I'm going to use this, the free version, right? And then I'm going to put it just like that. Okay, if I want to bring it down, okay, I just click on the, what do you call it? The tags, okay, and then I just bring it down. Okay, so let's say the company that I am working with, okay, the name of the company is Black and Decker. So I can just highlight the word here, then I can just type black, okay, but it is too big, so I can highlight it back, okay, I can reduce the size. On the top of the screen in Canva, you can see here the numbers, and then you have the minus and the plus button here, both of it, right? So I can just, or maybe you can just click the minus button or the plus button to increase the size, or you can just straight away type the font size and then click enter, and then the word that you are highlighting will turn to the size that you are looking for. Okay, so black and okay, right. So let's change the word sale over here. Just highlight it. Okay, double click on it. Okay, I'm going to use the same size, 95. Then I click enter. Okay, and then I can change it to Decker. So that is black and Decker. Okay, right. If I want to highlight, okay, if I want to refer to any of the main parts or the subparts in this platform, what can I do is that I can click on elements, okay, go back to the left hand side of the screen, elements, okay, and then on top of it, once you have chosen elements, you can see shapes, frames, lines, and arrow, and the rest, okay, so choose what you are looking for. So in this context, I am looking for arrow to be included in my infographic. So over here we have many types of arrow, and again some of it are in free version, some of it are in paid version. So you can choose that arrow, and then you can just click and drag and drop it to the image that you are working on. Okay, for example, all right. So that is how you can do it. Okay, so once you have done editing or creating your infographic, okay, once you have done with this thing, what you can do is that, okay, if you're satisfied, fully satisfied with it, you can click the download button. So where's the download button? Okay, so look for the word share on top of the screen on the right hand side. Okay, right, and then next to it, we have this down arrow button. So this is actually the download button. So click on it, and then it will suggest the best type of file that you can download the infographic. So it is suggested here that you can download it in PDF print. Okay. So if you're asking me, so can I download in other version, for example, in the image file, okay, in the image file, for example, so I can just click the down arrow button here, scroll up a bit, okay. My suggestion, if you want to download the infographic in your image file, okay, in image file, please choose PNG instead of JPEG or JPG, okay. Why? Because PNG is portable network graphic. It works best if you're going to use it in different platform. Okay, for example, your mobile phone, your smartphone, tablet, or maybe your laptop or desktop. So the quality will be very, what do you call it? Very in a good quality. I mean, in the sense that whatever that you have created earlier, it will appear the same in all of the platforms that you are using. Okay, or devices that you are using. Compared to JPEG, okay, it will compress the file a bit. Then for some of the devices that you are going to use, it won't work the same, meaning that the quality is not really good. So please choose if you want to download the file in image file, okay, or the infographic in image file, please choose PNG, portable network graphic, compared to JPEG. Okay, so you can click download and then it will appear at the bottom left hand side of your screen. Okay, it is downloaded. Once it is downloaded, then you can use the infographic. So that is about canva.com. Okay, let me move on to the next platform, which is PictoChart. Okay, for PictoChart, right, and also for Wisma, it gives you up to 5 projects. Okay, if you're using a free account, up to 5 projects. So meaning that you can only save up to 5 projects only in the free account. Okay. So to create infographic in PictoChart is going to be similar like Canva. Okay, you go to the left-hand side of the screen. Okay, go to the left-hand side of the screen. You can see infographic is stated there. So you can just click infographic and then it will bring you to all of the templates over here. Okay, some of the templates, if you notice, you have the word featured on top of it. So featured template here, meaning that you have to pay to use it. Okay, so you can scroll down a bit and look for any of the template that you find it interesting. Okay, and it is in the free version. How to identify whether it is a free version? If you bring your cursor to the template, okay, you don't see any of the word featured over there. Okay, so you can, for example, over here, I can use the template. Okay, it will bring you to the PictoChart Studio, and this is my template that I have selected and I wanted to use for the infographic. Okay, and then again, similar thing, go to the left hand side of the screen, and you have all of the features, and then you can edit your infographic. So it's going to be like that, very simple. Okay, once you have completed your work and then you wanted to download it, okay, it is on the top right hand corner of the screen. You can click download, and for your information in PictoChart, it is straight away, okay, giving you the option of downloading the infographic in PNG form. Okay, if you want to it to be downloaded in other form, you have to pay for it, for example PDF. Okay, and then the quality that is offered to you are in the form of normal or medium quality. Okay, if you want a high quality, then you have to pay for the account. Okay, so that is on pictochart.com. Okay, for Wisma, right, Wisma is the same, right, except that for Wisma, you can when you are going to create your infographic, you need to click create new over here. Okay, and then you will be given the selections of your new project, import or new folder. So I go to new project. Okay, it will bring you to other options. Okay, and then you have here presentations, infographics, documents, and the others. So in this context, we wanted to do infographics, so you choose infographics. Okay, so it brings you to this template. Okay, some of the templates, again, you have to double check whether it is a paid version or a free version. If you want to create a blank template, okay, meaning that you're going to start from scratch, You just click get started, and then it will bring you to this feature, okay, or the Whisper Studio. Again, the same thing on the left hand side of the screen, okay, you have all of the features that you're going to use in order for you to develop or design your infographic. Okay, so once you are satisfied with your infographic, you go to the top right hand corner of your screen, then you can click download. Okay, so over here, if you wanted to use PNG file, it is a paid version, whereas for JPEG, it is a free version. Okay, let's say if I choose document, okay, PDF itself, only PDF, then it is a free version. You can choose PDF, and then you can click this down arrow button and click and download it to your PC. Okay, so that is about Wisma.com. Okay, right. So I'm going to share with you now some or two examples, okay, of a good infographic that you can choose for your, you can make as a reference for your preparation of the infographic, the one that you're going to prepare, okay. So this is the first infographic. It is on Hubswana, okay, lawnmower, all right. As you can see, the product is at the center of the infographic, and then you have the arrows over here to highlight what are the main parts or the subparts that you're going to describe more. So you can see, right, the infographic is divided into three important things. Okay, number one is going to be about the main parts or the subparts that you're going to describe. Okay, then number two, you have the features on how to use the product. Okay, all right, and then you have the steps, okay, taken, all right, steps by steps. Okay, and then in number three, okay, you have the how does it works, okay, how each part of the product works, and then how you can start the engine, for example. Okay, let me allow your friend to join in. Okay, so if you scroll down a bit to this example, you have the name of the presenter, but unfortunately, the references here does not follow the APA 7th edition. Okay, because remember last week in the guidelines of the assessment, you have to get at least 3 references from other sources. Okay, it can be from the main website of the company that you are working with, all right, assuming that you are working with, and then you can find also information from 2 other sources. Okay, it can be in the internet sources, it can be in any other platform. But for this example, the references, okay, are not written according to the APA 7th edition. So it is a good infographic, except that the references are not according to the APA 7th edition. Okay. Let me share with you the second example. Okay, this is the second example. All right. Okay, so this is another infographic. Okay, the previous version, okay, the previous one over here, as you can see, it is divided, okay, the infographic is divided into 4 main parts. Okay, the product is being divided into 4 main parts. We have the adjustable handle, okay, we have the engine, and then we have the all-wheel drive system, and lastly, we have the cutting blade deck. Okay, so 4 main parts over here, meaning that, okay, this is prepared by a pair. Okay, if you're working in a group, you are going to have at least 6 main parts altogether, not 4. Okay, 4 is only for pair work, right? So over here we have the airbag vest. Okay, airbag vest, right? How many main parts are there? So let's have a look. We have the cartridge and carbon dioxide. Okay, and then we have the airbag itself. Okay, turtle technology, and lastly the lanyard. Okay, also 4 main parts, meaning that this is prepared by a pair. Okay, right. The most important thing about this infographic is that all of the references at the bottom of the page here are written according to the APA 7th edition. Okay, you have the name of the author, the year it was published, okay, and D here, all right, and then the name of the article and where do you get the information from. So if the information are taken from the internet, you have to write it like this: retrieved from, okay, what is the link, okay, and then you can see there are 3 references, right? And the most important thing that it stated the similarity index report or percentage. So in your context, your similarity index percentage should be less than 10%, okay, not more than 10%, right? So that is about the 2 example of a good infographic, okay. One is without the references, okay, but this one you can refer as a reference. I mean, like the references are written well according to the APA 7th edition. Okay, so if you wanted to know more about APA 7th edition, you can just type in the what do you call it, Google search, okay. So APA 7th edition, normally I refer to the second option over here, our Purdue, okay. So you can click on our Purdue. Okay, you scroll down a bit, okay, and then you can see on the reference, okay, APA Formatting and Style Guide 7th edition. So you can look at the reference list. So you can click on it, basic rules, authors, and the rest of it. So this is a very good platform if you're going to refer to writing the references according to the APA 7th edition in your infographic. Okay, right. Any questions so far, class?
No, sir.
Sure.
No, sir.
How about the others?
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay. Going to share my screen again with all of you. If you remember last week in the guidelines, okay, when we were discussing about the guidelines for the assessment, you are required to make sure that your infographic should be in the size of A3. So if it is A3 size, so the pixel should be like this, okay? 4,961 times 3,508 pixel. Okay, so you can go up to that or you can go lower than that, no problem. Okay, so that is the pixel size, okay, for an A3 size poster or infographic. Okay, so this is what you are supposed to follow when you're going to prepare for your infographic. Okay, so before I end my class today, discussion with all of you, do you have any question in your mind that you need to know the answers? Any question, class?
So far, no, sir.
Okay, all right. But again, if you have anything in your mind, I mean, like you need further clarification after this, okay, you can always text me in the WhatsApp group, right? And then I need one of you to be the class representative, okay? You discuss among you who will be the class representative because his or her task is to compile or to collect all of the draft for the infographic, okay? And going to send it through email to me, and whereby after that I'm going to upload it to Turnitin to generate the similarity index report. Okay, so the second class or second meeting this week, we don't have a class, but once you have finalized, once the draft is approved, once I have generated the similarity index report about the infographic, okay, you can just focus on finalizing your infographic itself. Okay, so if you don't have any other question, class, I'm going to stop recording now.